Hi, my name is Caitlin, and today I'm going to tell you how the girl from small Ukrainian town with just 45,000 ended up living in Japan. This is a story about courage, failures, cockroaches, Tokyo, and big dream. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and let's get started. I am originally from a really tiny town in Ukraine, so after graduated my high school, I decided that I want to move to a bigger city. I chose Dnipro, so I moved there and entered the university. There I was studying translation, English, French, German and Ukrainian. And right now ended up I can only speak English language, unfortunately. One day my friend and I were walking along the riverbank and I was scrolling Instagram and suddenly out of nowhere the ad appeared. The ad was about modeling school. They taught like posing, acting and even psychology and also how to do makeup and those stuff, and I was like, wow, it sounds interesting because I'm new in the town and I wanted to try something new, so I paid attention. I was like, maybe I want to try it. Luckily they were having an open day, so I could just go by myself and see how is everything going, and I loved it so much. Like the vibes, the atmosphere, everything. People were so great. I met so many interesting girls, so I decided that I want to join these classes, this course. So the course itself, it was 3 months, like 2-3 times in a week. After my university, I went there. And after I finished all this course, they asked me to sign the contract with them. After I signed the contract, they offered me to go to China. I was 17. I've never ever been abroad before, and somehow I was flying to China. Was I scared? Not really. I was excited, like a craving adventure. I went to Kyiv to apply for visa, and it was my first ever interview, and I was so scared, so I said like wrong words, everything, but they gave me visa, so that's what matters. I had about 1 week to pack all my stuff, and I remember I was asking myself, what do I even need to bring for my first trip? The day came. All my family came to say goodbye, then train, then my first plane, which was so scary because I had horrible turbulence, and even right now I have a fever of flying till this day. I think because of that situation, I'm always having like panic attack, even though I used to dream of becoming a flight attendant. How? Guys, guess where I landed in China? Wuhan. Wuhan, the city where Corona started. And everybody was joking that I brought the virus from China to Ukraine. Okay, if I get like $10 for each joke, I'll be super rich. I'll be super rich! My first days in China were just exploring the city, and I was sharing my apartment with 2 other girls, models. I remember that there were not many jobs at all. I was just walking around and partying a lot. I think that was my clubbing era. I partied so intense, so right now I can't stand clubs at all. Just no, I don't go clubbing anymore. It was too much. After 3 months, it's time to go back home. I was a little bit sad because, you know, I'm kind of used to this city, those people, but I missed my family so much, and I missed Ukrainian food. I don't know, Chinese food for me, it's so spicy, and sometimes you don't even know what you are eating. That's a little bit scary. I came home, and after 1 month, COVID hit. I was so lucky. I'm really like, thanks God I was in Ukraine that time, not in Wuhan. Yeah. Oh, we all remember, right? About this beautiful time. Lockdowns, masks, big lines to the supermarkets. And then out of nowhere, my manager called. They want to see you in Japan. I was like, wait, where? Japan. Okay, what I know about Japan? Okay, like sushi, samurais, Tokyo. Yeah, okay, let's go. Of course I said yes. But there was one problem, the borders. Japan closed their borders due to the pandemic, so I was supposed to wait. I was waiting around 1 month, as I remember. But then the day came, I packed my things, immediately got my visa and flew to Osaka. Japan was so different from China, and I instantly loved everything. The food, the people, architecture, even the language, even though I didn't understand anything, but it sounded cool. I was placed into a tiny room. It was so small that I couldn't even stretch my arms out like this. I couldn't. But it was mine. That's when I met my friend. We're now best friends, and she's even coming to visit me soon, so I'm so happy. Yeah. But that agency, it wasn't great at all. Because of the corona, there were not many girls or jobs, and they underpaid me and kept most of money. I realized it pretty quickly, but I didn't want to go back to Ukraine. I wanted to stay in Japan, so I couldn't do anything. I was just played along, and they renewed my visa each 3 months. Then I was invited to Tokyo. So one client in Tokyo, he just saw me somewhere and called my agency and said like, I want her to come to Tokyo to work for my brand. I was like, wow, Tokyo, I've never been to Tokyo, I want to go. Okay, so the day I came to Tokyo, I just realized the city is me. I mean, the vibes, the atmosphere, everything. I know that is my city, I want to live in Tokyo, and after that day, I couldn't stop thinking of Tokyo. I wanted to live there. Luckily, I was invited again and again and again. This client became my friend, and agency was like, okay, you can move to Tokyo, but just for 1 month, and we will see how it will go. In Tokyo, I had much more jobs and new connections, which were great. I enjoyed every day, every second. I was so happy. But also it was much more expensive, the life in Tokyo. And with this little money which agency paid me, I couldn't afford it. And I decided that I need to leave the model apartment and move to the much more cheaper dormitory for just like 40,000 yen a month. The condition of this dormitory, okay, let's just say 2 words: rats and cockroaches. I don't even want to remember this time because it was super difficult for me, but at least I could save some money. So that's what I did. During that time, my relationship with my agency kept getting worse and worse, so I decided it's time to change. So I saved up the money and I enrolled to a Japanese language school. For 6 months I was studying there, and during that time I found my new agency, and that was the best decision ever because right now my agency is so honest, they're kind, so I feel like strong connection with them and they're like my family. So yeah. I had a stable income, thank you for my agency. And after having stable income, I could apply for a residence card. I applied for residence card, they gave me visa for 6 months, then couple times again for 6 months, then 1 year, and right now I'm also applied for visa and I'm hoping they will give me visa for 3 years. I met one girl in my dormitory from Taiwan. She was so great, we were also friends, and we decided that it will be better if we can live together in apartment, not in the dormitory. Yes, I agreed. it's really good decision, let's do it. So we moved to a better apartment. It was great time. I used to live in Bunkyo and I really loved that area. Eventually I brought also my little sister to live with me in Tokyo, but that apartment, my room were not so small as a dormitory room, but I couldn't live there with my little sister. I had just like one bed and that's it. We didn't even have like enough space, so it was kind of difficult to live together in one room. We all need private space, right? So we just decided to move to another apartment, to rent bigger apartment, and here we are. This is my current apartment where I live with my sister together. She has also her own room, I have my own room, we have big kitchen. Everything is great. I work, study, grow my blog, and sometimes I stop and think, me? Living in Tokyo? Working on my favorite job? Even have my YouTube channel? What? How it's even possible? I don't know, I'm doing what I like and it feels amazing. But sometimes it's so surreal, like how it's even happened. But I made it happen with hard work and courage. Do I want to continue living in Tokyo? Of course, yes, I love Tokyo. Do I know what I will do in the future? No, I don't know what I will do in the future, but I know if I do what I like, everything will be great. So that's my story, from the small town in Ukraine to working as a model in Japan. Could I have imagined that will happen like 5 years ago? No, absolutely no. That is insane. But dreams do come true if you work for them. If you're watching this and want to reach something, just believe in yourself. Do what brings you joy. And trust me, you've got this. Thank you so much as usual for watching this video. If you have some questions, please write down in the comments below and see you in the next video. Bye bye!